Let's talk about the exhibition.
Okay.
What are your emotions and thoughts about this experience in Italy?
Well, I think it's going to be an amazing exhibition. I'm very excited about this show in Macro in Rome. It's I think one of the more interesting venues in Italy. So I think it's quite an honor to have this exhibition, and also it's been designed by a friend and an excellent architect designer named Fabio Novembre. I think it's a really wonderful, event, and we're displaying more than 230 pictures of mine. The new part of this is that there's a lot of work from Italy that I've done this year. So the exhibition includes about 50 new photographs I've made just in Sicily and different areas in Italy.
Let's talk about the Afghan girl.
Okay.
It became an icon. Those
Yes.
green eyes have been obsessing a lot of people. How did you take that picture?
Well, I was on an assignment in 1984 photographing Afghan refugees up and down the border with Pakistan, Afghanistan. And one morning I was wandering in a refugee camp, and I heard voices coming from a tent, and it turned out to be a girls' school. So I went in, I talked to the teacher, asked for permission to photograph the class, and then suddenly I noticed this one little girl in the corner with this really amazing look and these very kind of piercing, haunted eyes, and I immediately knew that she had this really extraordinary look. So I asked the teacher if I could photograph her, and I did, and it ended up on the cover of National Geographic magazine. And then we suddenly got thousands of people from around the world, inquiring about who she was and how they could help her, and they wanted to send her money and clothes, and some men even wanted to marry her. It was quite an extraordinary outpouring of interest.
Did you get to know her, her story?
Well, I was only with her that morning for literally just a couple minutes. I don't speak her language, which is Pashto, and she didn't speak English, so we had a very kind of short time together, although I would say that I think she was fascinated with me as much as I was fascinated with her. In her life, she had never been photographed up until that morning, and I think this was the first time she had ever actually met or seen a foreigner. So I think for her, I was, kind of this strange-looking man in funny clothes, speaking a strange language with this camera. So I think part of her expression is one of curiosity and wonderment.
You traveled a lot during your life. Is there a country that has a special place in your heart?
The places I like to travel to the most are Burma, India, I would say Tibet, are some of the places which I find most that sort of speak to me and hold a special fascination. Of course, I love traveling and being in Italy. It's one of my favorite places to be, and it was kind of a great opportunity to spend so much time here this year photographing a lot of interesting cultural places and people here.
And which conditions are necessary for you in order to take a good picture? Do you need to know the subject, for example?
Well, I think the elements to a good picture is certainly you have to find the right story, the right situation, For me, it mostly has to do with people and how people live, how people look. So I'm mostly fascinated with kind of the human condition, I would say. But then, of course, once you find the right story, you need the right light and the right composition, and so it's various sort of elements need to come into play to make a good picture. But it's mostly about emotion and seeing things in a